No! No! Oh my god! I fell so far! I thought I would save myself at like that kill brick thing at 4-6 when I failed that. That's a pretty hard ladder, but I didn't think I would fall all the way to 1. So I just kind of rushed it, and well, not really, but I didn't take as much time as I did on the other runs. I literally got to 8 and then fell to 7. I got back up to 8 and then failed at the same spot again. So I did the rest of 7 again. And when I was about to, and at the last hard jump at floor 7, I failed. So now I was too nervous and forgot to record it, so I'm going to remake it with VM. Yeah. But basically, I got to floor 8, fell at a ladder, went back up, fell at the same ladder, and fell at the end of 7, to all the way to 1. Man, 7 is just the hardest floor. But enough of complaining, and I'm gonna replay what I did. So basically, if you saw my first progress video, you would know that I failed this ladder by doing this. I accidentally went against that wall and fell off. Right? Yeah. Well, this time I passed this ladder. I actually did the 10-stud rep, but I got nervous and thought I was gonna actually fail it and jumped down to here, which was pretty funny. I also thought I was gonna fail this, but I just went and did it. However, I said to myself, I'm gonna fail this. I am not consistent at this jump. However, I did the jump. And then I thought I was gonna fail this, but I didn't. And then I thought I was gonna fail this, which I didn't. And then I got pretty shocked and got to 7 outside on my first run on 7. Now 7 was the hardest floor of ToIM for me, so this was very shocking that I had done it in 1 attempt so far. However, once I had done floor 7 outside, which I am approaching right here, that's right, I did the entire outside first try as well. I thought I was going to fail the hardest jump at the outside, which was the 10-stud wrap, 1-stud gap, which was this one. I definitely thought I was going to fail there a lot. However, I first tried it and the wedge jump, which is this one. In my mind, it extended to here, but in reality, it didn't. However, I still did the jump and moved on to floor 8. I just had fluked the entirety of 7, which was the hardest floor for me, and the only floor on that I struggled very hard to get consistent at. I had just done it first try in the first run. I got there legit. Now I was very nervous at this point. I was far, and I had done a run from 8 to 10 twice. So, and then I got to this jump, which I heard was very hard. And then I got to this jump, which I heard was very hard. I had to do 3 takes for that, because I just walked off the ladder. Yeah, I did not feel comfortable going on this ladder. And it makes sense, because on this ladder, this was the ladder I was talking about. I fell on this twice. I already got distressed when I failed the first time. But when I failed the exact same ladder the second time, I thought to myself, how am I doing this? How am I doing 7? And secondly, doing 7 this many times is gonna make me fail soon. And soon that was. So, when I got past that outside, which again I first tried somehow, I got to this ladder. And this ladder, again, I thought I'd just fall to 6 if I failed this. So I kind of rushed it. And then I got flat-sided and fell all the way to 1. I just failed the end of 7 all the way to 1. I never knew failing was inevitable there. I thought I could easily catch myself here, but I was very wrong. Mama. And there, I decided to record this video. It's sad that I forgot to record this. I would probably get FPS drops like I usually do. So, I usually get FPS drops at Ring 9. Ring 9 is a lot more modern than Ring 6. So, yeah. I don't seem to be having FPS drops here. So that means I could easily do this. I could easily record this without being messed up by FPS drops when recording. So that's very sad that I didn't get it. Very sad that I didn't get it immediately. I could have beat it. I could have beat it. Stop interrupting the video. Goodbye. I could have beat it because after this jump, there's only one more hard jump, and then you get to 9. However, 9 is pretty easy. The hardest jumps, this floor, aren't that hard with a bit of practice. Then there's a healing simulator, which is mostly based on just not dying. So, yeah, that's basically free. Basically. And then after that, it's not that hard after that. All the jumps are pretty consistent and pretty easy compared to the rest of the tower. And then there's floor 10, the stickouts. For me, the stickouts are the hardest jumps of the floor. And you basically made it to the final stretch after a 10 stud wrap. And 9 stud wrap, 3 studs raised, pretty easy. 8 stud wrap, 3 studs, 8 stud wrap, 4 studs raised. 7 stud wrap, 5 stud raised. They're all pretty easy to land. And then there's an absolute spam of 9 stud wraps for filler gameplay. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. almost 16 nine-stud wraps on both sides. 8 on every side, with a 5-stud wrap at the end of the right side. And then there's the final stretch, which I can get consistent at. I've done this final outside 10 times in a row, and I did not prove it since I just failed at the first try. But I can show insane consistency. I practiced it a lot, so yeah, most people would practice this a lot anyway because, you know, it's a final outside. If you had failed, you would have to restart the entire tower. So it's important to practice this outside, because if you don't and you fail here, well, you're basically gonna have to do ToIM twice. One without the final stretch because you failed it. So that would not be fun. And if I fail here, I'm gonna be insanely disappointed in myself, because you know what? I could do this 10 times in a row. Okay, so at this part, insert me doing ToIM final stretch 10 times in a row. Actually, I'll make that an entire different video, because progress videos can't be that long. Just to fail, you'll have to make it like 18 minutes.